In this nonstop world of modern media, political commentators are basically always on. The 24/7 news cycle demands a constant stream of takes, of analysis, and, well, personality. But what does that endurance race actually look like up close? Well, we're about to find out, because we're going to follow one commentator through a single, really revealing day of nonstop content. Okay, so here's the deal. We're tracking political commentator Tim Miller through what you can only call a 24-hour content blitz. It's a true media marathon. It all starts with a pretty normal podcast on a Monday afternoon, then it shifts into this freewheeling live stream that night, and it all wraps up with another podcast the very next morning. So what does this whole gauntlet tell us about punditry today?
All right, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to see how the marathon got started, then we'll dive right into that wild 420 live stream. After that, we'll look at a pretty high-stakes $1 million challenge, navigate the absolute whirlwind of content, see what happened the morning after, and finally, we'll try to piece together the modern pundit's playbook.
So how did this all kick off?
Well, not with some huge bang, but in the very familiar, very normal setting of a standard political podcast. So it all starts in this pretty standard, kind of buttoned-up world of the Bulwark podcast. It's a serious political discussion with a veteran commentator, Bill Crystal. This structured, analytical environment, it really sets the perfect baseline for the dramatic shift that's about to come. And right here, this is our first clue. Right in the middle of this serious podcast, Miller just drops this little hint that something very, very different is on the horizon. He's not just teasing another show, he's basically signaling that the whole vibe is about to change. Big time.
Okay, and this is where the whole story just takes a hard left turn. We are leaving behind the world of polished, pre-recorded podcasts and jumping headfirst into the raw, unpredictable, and super interactive world of a live stream. And bam, the shift is immediate. The show kicks off and right away, all that formal analysis is just gone. It's replaced by this casual, direct-to-camera personality. He's not just a host anymore, he's more like a companion for the evening.
The whole structure just gets thrown out the window. It becomes this two-way street. He's fielding super chats from YouTube. He's taking questions from his Substack members. That wall between the commentator and the audience, it just completely dissolves. And that's really a hallmark of this new media environment.
Now, just because the vibe is casual, don't think for a second that the stakes are low. Actually, it's the opposite. Right in the middle of all this, the conversation suddenly pivots to a massive public wager.
And this moment is such a perfect example of how this world works, right? It blends this fun, entertaining vibe with some real-world punditry. He brings up this public challenge from another media personality, and he turns this political debate about the economy and gas prices into high-stakes, personality-driven theater.
And we are not talking about bragging rights here. This is a $1 million challenge. That number just elevates the whole thing, doesn't it? It really highlights this performative, almost gladiatorial nature of modern commentary, where your takes can be backed by these massive wagers. And you gotta see the terms of this bet. They're super specific. Clay Travis is claiming gas prices will be lower, and the whole thing boils down to whether oil is above or below $68 a barrel by a specific date in 2027. It takes this kind of vague political argument and turns it into something concrete, something you can actually track. Okay, and this is where things get, well, a little wild. We're talking about a range of topics in a single sitting that is just almost surreal. But first, let's be clear, the stream does have this core of serious political analysis. Here, he's breaking down Trump's social media posts about Iran. It kind of grounds the whole freewheeling discussion in substantive, real-world events, and, it maintains his credibility as an analyst. And then, a complete pivot. A total 180. In this moment of what I guess you'd call radical transparency, he pulls up a Reddit forum and just starts reading mean comments about himself live on the air. He's directly engaging with his critics, and he's turning these personal attacks into content.
So this should give you a feel for the, let's call it a chaotic blend of highbrow and lowbrow content. The stream is bouncing from dissecting Trump's foreign policy, to debunking assassination conspiracies, to discussing psychedelics, answering fan questions about his hair products, and then analyzing Senate polling. It is an absolutely dizzying mix.
But here's the thing. The marathon doesn't just stop when he signs off the live stream. No, it leads right into the next day's scheduled content. Because this cycle, it is absolutely relentless. Get this. Less than 12 hours after that long, freewheeling stream, he is back on another podcast, The Next Level, with his co-hosts. There's literally no downtime. It's just on to the next one.
And this is so important. That live stream was not some one-off stunt. It gets immediately referenced in the next day's show. It becomes part of this continuous, interconnected content universe where every show builds on the one before it.
And you can tell this style, this really personal, high-output approach, it works. It resonates inside his own network. His co-host praises a recent solo performance, and that shows that this kind of personality-driven content is valued not just by the audience, but by his peers in this new media ecosystem.
So, after all that, what's the big takeaway here?
Well, this whole 24-hour sprint is basically the playbook for how to thrive as a modern commentator. Okay, so let's break it down. There are basically 4 key rules to this game. Number 1, you've got to be multi-platform, master both the structured podcasts and the interactive live streams. 2, blend the high and the low. You have to be able to pivot from serious policy to personal stuff. 3, foster that direct connection with your audience. And 4, you better have relentless stamina because this content cycle, it never, ever stops.
And at the end of the day, this isn't really about one guy's crazy schedule. It's a case study in the new reality for anyone trying to capture and hold our attention in a world that is just oversaturated with information. It is a grueling pace, and it demands some serious endurance. Which, of course, leaves us with one big final question. As those lines between serious information and personality-driven entertainment keep getting blurrier and blurrier, what does this model really mean for the future of our public discourse?